Did you know that China was one of the most powerful allied nations during World War II? That's right, China was a major player in the war effort, but somehow they never get mentioned. Well, that's what I'm here to talk about today, so let's get started. After the war began in Europe, China found itself at war with Japan, who had recently taken control of Manchuria and were looking to expand their empire. In response to Japanese aggression, the Chinese nationalist government under Chiang Kai-shek and the Chinese Communist Party under Mao Zedong set aside their differences and joined forces to resist the Japanese. This united front was recognized by the Allies, and in 1945, China was recognized as one of the Big Four allied powers, alongside the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom. This was a well-deserved recognition of China's contributions to the war effort. The Second Sino-Japanese War, which began in earnest in 1937, though Japanese aggression started with the 1931 Mukden Incident, became the main theater of conflict in Asia. By 1945, the Chinese had fought the Japanese to a standstill. The war had become a stalemate, with neither side able to achieve a decisive victory. This meant that the Chinese were not only holding off the Japanese, but they were also tying down a significant portion of the Japanese military, which was crucial to the overall war effort. In addition to its military contributions, China also made significant contributions to the Allied war economy. Chinese factories produced much-needed supplies for the Allies, including weapons, ammunition, and vehicles. They also provided food and raw materials such as rubber and tin. Without these supplies, the Allied war machine would have ground to a halt. Despite their contributions, the Chinese were often overlooked by the other Allied powers. The Chinese complained that they were not receiving enough supplies from the US and the UK, and that their contributions were not being recognized. However, this did not diminish the importance of their contributions to the war effort. After the war, China's leaders hoped that the international community would recognize the sacrifices that they had made during the war. However, this was not to be. The Chinese were once again overlooked as the world moved on to the Cold War. This led to a sense of betrayal among the Chinese people, which contributed to the rise of communism in China. But the Chinese people should not have been surprised by the international community's lack of recognition.